Urgent statement of Excellency KG, permanent representative of the Kingdom of Cambodia to the United Nations related to the armed aggression committed by Thai soldiers against the Kingdom of Cambodia. Kingdom of Cambodia, permanent missions to the United Nations, Nation, Religion, King. 10 December 2025, Excellency, on the instruction from my government, I have the honor to bring to the urgent attention to United Nations Security Council on a series of unprovoked, unlawful, and escalating acts of armed aggression committed by Thai armed forces against the Kingdom of Cambodia over recent days. This military operation constitutes a serious breach of the Charter of the United Nations, including the peremptory prohibition on the threat or use of force, and amount to serious violation of international humanitarian law, Cambodia's sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as the fundamental principles governing peaceful relations between states. On 7 December 2025, at 2:15, Thai armed forces opened fire on Cambodian position with heavy weapons, continuing until 2:32 minutes. Later that same day, from 22 minutes until 20:50, they fired numerous mortar rounds aimed at multiple Cambodian locations. On 8 December 2025, beginning at 5:04 minutes, Thai forces began firing live rounds and escalated their assault by using mortar, tanks, and heavy artillery, drones, war plants, and toxic smokes against our position in multiple areas along the border in Previhir and Rodominche provinces. This assault, which was further intensified by Thailand's deployment of fighter aircraft, had been brutal and indiscriminate and conducted in the most blatant disregard of civilian life and in total disrespect of international humanitarian norms. Furthermore, Thai forces extended their attack into non-combat civilian zones within Rodominche province in violation of bilateral agreements and terms set forth in Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord to settle the border dispute and border demarcation through peaceful means and international law, and to refrain from the threat or use of force. As I write this letter, Thai armed forces continue expanding their attacks into other non-combat civilian zones within two other Cambodian provinces, Posat and Battambang. These ongoing aggressions have resulted in numerous deaths and injuries, including innocent civilians, extensive destructions of their home, public infrastructures, and protected national heritage monuments, including the Temple of Previhir. Thailand's deliberate and indiscriminate targeting of a civilian area constitute a serious breach of international humanitarian law, in particular with regard to its obligations to distinguish at all times between civilian and military targets and prohibitions of attack at civilians. Despite this serious provocation, Cambodia has remained fully committed to its obligation as set forth in the Charter of the United Nations, most importantly Article 2, Paragraph 3 on the peaceful settlement of dispute, and Article 2, Paragraph 4 on the prohibitions of force. This sustained attack have placed Cambodia in an increasingly precarious and dangerous situation. Cambodia does not wish to be compelled into considering other means of response other than through diplomacy and dialogue to defend its people and uphold its territorial integrities. Your Excellency, Cambodia has consistently upheld its commitment to the peaceful resolution of dispute in full accordance with the international law and the principles of the Charter of the United Nations, including the strict prohibitions of the threat or use of force. Despite these deadly attacks, Cambodian forces Your Excellency, Cambodia has consistently upheld its commitment to the peaceful resolution of dispute in full accordance with the international law and the principles of the Charter of the United Nations, including the strict prohibition of the threats of use of force. Despite these deadly attacks, Cambodian forces have exercised maximum restraint and refrained from retaliatory response for 24 hours out of its full respect for the ceasefire and Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord. However, Cambodia reserves its right to self-defense in accordance with Article 51 of the Charter of the United Nations. Thailand's action represents a flagrant and continuous violation of the ceasefire agreement of 28 July 2025 and fundamental breach of Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord signed on 26 October 2025, whereby Thailand has unilaterally announced its suspensions, undermining it through its offensive cross-border military operation based on unilateral map, contrary to the mutually agreed map at the scale of 1/200,000, which as a result of the demarcation work of the Commissions of Delimitation of the Boundaries between Indochina and Siam, established by the Convention of 1904 and the Treaty of 1907 between France and Siam, recognized by the International Court of Justice, and reaffirmed by Cambodia and Thailand in the Memorandum of Understanding on the Survey and Demarcations of the Land Boundaries, signed on 14 June 2000, MOU 2000. This MOU 2000 was registered at the United Nations by Thailand on 25 May 2011 and was published in the United Nations Treaty Series. These grave violations have severely impeded the numerous progress painstakingly achieved through bilateral negotiation and international facilitation. More importantly, they now constitute a clear and present danger to the regional peace and security, and it is within the meaning of Article 34 and Article 39 of the Charter of the United Nations that I urgently request the immediate attention of the United Nations Security Council in light of the seriousness of the situation on ground and considering urgent need to prevent further deterioration. The Royal Government of Cambodia, acting pursuant to Article 34 and Article 35.1, Paragraph 1 of the Charter of the United Nations, and mindful of the Secretary General's authorities under Article 99, respectfully request the Security Council to, number 1, unequivocally condemn Thailand's unprovoked armed aggression against Kingdom of Cambodia in violation of Article 2, Paragraph 4 of the Charter of the United Nations and fundamental principle of the international law. 2. Demand immediate cessation of all attacks by Thai armed forces, including artillery bombardment and fighter aircraft operation in violations of Cambodia's sovereignty and territory. 3. Demand that Thai armed forces immediately cease their illegal armed aggression against Cambodia, halt all attempt to invade or encroach Cambodia's sovereignty and territory through the use of unilaterally drawn map, and fully respect internationally recognized border and legally binding instrument. 4. Demand that Thailand cease all violation of international humanitarian law, including attack on civilian areas and civil target, and comply fully with the principle of humanity, distinction, and proportionality, and fully respect Cambodia's sovereignty and territorial integrity. 5. Dispatch or independent United Nations fact-finding mission to ascertain the facts on ground, investigate Thailand's violation of international law, and determine responsibility for civilian casualties and material destruction. Cambodia remains firmly committed to peaceful dialogue, diplomacy, and adherence to the international law. We will continue to fully implement the ceasefire agreement and Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord despite Thailand's unilateral suspension and repeated violations of both instruments. However, Cambodia cannot and should not be expected to endure this unrelenting and unlawful aggression indefinitely. Your Excellency, I urgently appeal to the Security Council to take decisive actions right now. Thailand's actions represent not only an attack on Cambodia, but a direct affront to the international legal order and to the authorities of this Council. The credibility of the United Nations and the integrities of the Charter demand a clear and immediate response. I would also highly appreciate it if Your Excellency could circulate this letter to the members of the Security Council as an official document of the Council. Please accept, Your Excellency, the assurances of my highest consideration. Chia Cao, Permanent Representative, Kingdom of Cambodia to the United Nations. His Excellency Samuel Moga, Permanent Representative of the Republic of Slovenia to the United Nations, President of the United Nations Security Council for December 2025, New York.